So for the asset tracking, this is an extension to the Aruba Meridian platform. We're using it to actually track things rather than tracking people. In a traditional Meridian user engagement platform, we can actually use things like wayfinding, mobile engagement, applications, that user experience within venues. But this is a new feature. We're actually using the infrastructure, the Aruba infrastructure with built-in Bluetooth low energy devices in the access points to deliver the tracking of things. In our case, we're tracking Faye Fox and a few other cuddly toys around the building. So they all have an Aruba asset tag attached to it. That tag chirps or announces itself every 6 or 7 seconds to the network. We're using the access points to act as observers to listen to that chirp. They can tell the signal strength from that chirp. They forward that information through to the Meridian Cloud. Meridian Cloud can take that information and actually define on a map where the actual device is.
And it's monitored on the monitor.
Well, exactly. It's all done on the cloud, and we use our application here, which has been built by our PointNext team in Galway in Ireland, to actually interact with these devices. So we have some very simple less is more user interface. Very simple. We can see our list of assets. If we click on here, we can actually see that we have 3 assets today: Barks the dog, Faye Fox, and Rufus the pug. Okay. So if we want to look at where Rufus is, we can actually click on that, and we can see his current asset category is the children's ward. So that's where that device should actually live in a hospital. Its current service status is it has been serviced. So if we think, what is service status? If we think of an example like an IV pump in the hospital, we may have a very expensive engineer coming to the hospital every 6 months to ensure that every IV pump has been certified and is up to scratch. He may spend a number of weeks, maybe 6 weeks, walking through the corridors of a hospital to actually find these devices. They're very difficult to find. Although they're big, in the size of a hospital and that scale, they're quite difficult to find. So how do we actually come over that problem? This is this application. So we can actually find immediately that this device is in Paris on the Children's Hospital Level 1. We can see an overall view of where the device is. So if we click on location, the map will load, and we'll see all of our devices. Now they're appearing slightly outside of the confines of the wall at the moment. That's just because getting it right in a small environment like this, in a demo environment, it's never going to work exactly perfectly. But it's within the 3 to 5 meter accuracy confines, and you can see Rufus is moving around there. So let's click on Rufus here and get some more information. So think I'm the new engineer. I've never been to this hospital and I want to find this particular device. How do I find it? I don't know where I'm starting, let alone where I'm going. So we can use the traditional Meridian wayfinding to actually get directions from where I'm starting all the way through to where I need to be.
So you have to wear a tag as well?
No, not necessarily. We actually use the application and the Bluetooth within the mobile device.
Because you're wearing the application.
Exactly, yes.
And how much does it cost a tag like this one?
So the tag is around $40 each.
$40?
Yeah. Now, it's cheap, I think, as far as the industry asset tagging solutions go. But obviously there's hefty discounts for large quantities. Yeah. In terms of the infrastructure required, we actually use the Aruba infrastructure. The traditional Meridian wayfinding is vendor agnostic. It can be done on any wireless vendor's technology. However, the asset tracking relies upon the Aruba controllers or instant access points to actually define the location of the asset tag.
Okay.
So that's a very hard set requirement in this solution. And then the application could be apply to any other vertical market like warehousing, retail, manufacturing, anywhere that you might have a requirement to actually find a device or find a thing.
But at least if the worth of the good is on the top of $40.
Yes, well, it
has to be.
It does get cheaper.
It will. Thank you very much, Lan,
Okay,
for
no
this
problems at all.
demonstration. Bye-bye, Rufus. Bye-bye.